All right, terrific. Thank you all for those presentations. We have several questions here. First one, is Azure FarmBeats downloadable on USDA, on a USDA PC?
So I can start with that. So you could go to Azure Marketplace and install. So you could go to Azure Marketplace from the Azure subscription and install it from there. It's available in Azure Marketplace. You should search for Azure FarmBeats and you should be able to install and get started.
Okay, thank you.
And I don't know if Wole is on the call, if he wants to add anything else, or Mike.
Okay. Mike, do you want to add anything else to that?
So we do have a Microsoft FarmBeats instance stood up on AgCross. Right now we've only got a few scientists participating in that, but it is something that we are looking forward to using more of in the future. Bruce, you want to add anything to that?
No, but actually yes, but FarmBeats, we just did a reinstall on it. It's much better now as they've went forward with their technology. I think it can be a very useful tool to bring in multiple farms through the white space stuff that was talked about earlier, TV white space stuff.
Okay, great. Do you have a suggestion regarding contacts for an IT solution for a state pesticide case tracking system?
So this would involve, so this is Ranveer, I could start, and this is a discussion, right? I don't know of anything right off the bat that has the complete solution. One would have to use technologies to build that. I can see how remote sensing could help, some of the other sensing technologies as well, to see where all it has been, just to essentially track its use and where all it has been sprayed. But it would just, in my opinion, I think it would involve multiple components. Part of it would be cloud and AI, but the other parts would be just the right sensors to use to be able to build such a solution.
Great.
And this is Dawn. Certainly from the geospatial standpoint, you could use our dashboard technology along with the other components that Ranveer is talking about to do the tracking or to visualize the tracking. And I would think that FarmWave would have a major part in this as well.
Yeah.
Okay, great, thanks. So I believe that this question is for Sid and Bruce. For the AgVoice and FarmWave folks, how does geospatial technology play into your technology?
This is Bruce with AgVoice. In our case, geospatial is very important because it, like many other data sources, helps with contextual awareness. It can help the researchers' data get increasingly more narrow and domain specific. We're in the process of signing up to be an Esri partner.
Hi, this is Nick from FarmWave. Also, geospatial information is incredibly important for the information that's being collected through the FarmWave app. It is something that we are collecting locations as data is entering the FarmWave app. This is used to help future decision making if you're seeing weed or disease pressures in certain aspects or areas of the field. It helps growers to make decisions and in the future understand what is going to be and could potentially be happening in different aspects of their field.
Great, thank you.
And this is Sid Roberts. I'll just add one more point for when you're designing telecommunication systems, the geospatial data is really instrumental on in some of the propagation tools. So that's for me, that's the main relevance of that kind of data.
Okay, thanks all of you. So this is regarding AgVoice. Is there an innocuous tool for laboratory settings? Manual data entry is a huge time sink for technicians and is subject to errors.
Yeah, Colin, actually, AgVoice works indoors as well. It doesn't require outdoor use or GPS. And so we'd love to talk further about any benches. We hear this concern over and over and over again, like greenhouses could work in any indoor setting. So happy to follow up if someone wants to reach out.
Okay, very good. Can these real-time sensors be, well, I guess you just answered that. Can these real-time sensors be used indoors? Oftentimes you are not using GPS. You have to use a different positioning monitoring system. So I'm pretty sure you just answered that, correct? Sid, or not sure?
Yeah, I don't have anything on that. This is Sid, thanks.
Oh, okay. Can anyone else address this one?
So the question, Colette, is whether they can be used indoors. Is that the question? Yeah.
Yes. Can these real-time sensors be used indoors?
Some of them, yeah. In fact, it's an easier problem to use them indoors, like in vertical farms. Their connectivity is less of an issue. Power sometimes is less of an issue. So sometimes these sensors are easier to deploy indoors as opposed to outdoors.
Okay, thank you. Can the disease ID tools be upgraded for assessing disease incidence and severity so they may be used as research tools?
Yes, currently severity is a feature that we have turned off in the FarmWave tool, just because as we've learned and seen in real time, different people think severity at 90% looks different than severity at 75%. It is absolutely something that we've built into the AI to put out that information, but it is currently a feature that we've turned off. It can be explored in the future if it is something that needs to be turned on for research purposes.
Okay. How is the FarmWave artificial intelligence plant disease app being validated? For example, plant disease sensors or molecular confirmation. Some diseases look the same.
Yeah, that's a great question. So over the 7 years of building out our libraries, we've worked with 12 universities and 2 research facilities, both in the US and over in Europe, for image validation. FarmWave has taken a different approach in not crowdsourcing this information to ensure the highest level accuracy for the results that we are currently returning in the FarmWave app.
Okay. Is FarmBeat cloud-based, and will Microsoft store the data? And what is the data security policy?
Yeah, Colette, I can take that. So FarmBeats is cloud-based, but it sits in the customer subscription. So in this case, for USDA researchers using it, it would be in USDA subscription. Microsoft doesn't have any visibility to the data. So it sits with the customer. So for any company that is using FarmBeats, it's their data. We have no visibility into it. That said, we are also providing tools that if the customer wants to share the data with someone else, there are tools that we have using which they can securely share the data with other partners or companies that want to use that data.
Thank you. So this question is for Dawn. Can GIS be a digital twin for agriculture?
Absolutely. For those who are not familiar with the term digital twin, it just means that it's a virtual representation of an object or a process or a system that bridges the gap between the physical and the digital worlds. So we've already been discussing this actually. AgCross has a tremendous potential for being the digital twin for a farm. It ties into Williams' moonshot farm concept as well, because we're essentially talking about linking smart device sensors of physical components that gather real-time data on working conditions, positions, or other characteristics of, in this case, a farm, with the virtual representations of those items within the digital twin. So among actually all of our partners, we together are helping you to build digital twins. So absolutely.
Great, thanks, Dawn. Okay, can AgVoice work with, and I hope I'm going to get this right, ArcGIS Enterprise through Survey 123 directly?
Yeah, so in that case, on ArcGIS Enterprise, not yet, but that can happen when the AgVoice API, which we've got in development, can be integrated with Esri's mobile software development kit. So hopefully stay tuned, but we want to do anything possible to support the Esri solutions.
Thank you. Ranveer mentioned a paper published on FarmBeat's ability to enhance spatial data and build maps. Can you provide a link to download that paper?
Yeah, I can. If you could email me at ranveer@microsoft.com, I will share that paper and also post it on the chat window.
Okay, that sounds good. Thanks, Ranveer. Are the FarmWave tools for yield and pest/disease ID crop agnostic?
Yes. So how we have chosen to build out our library for AI models, we've taken a very strategic approach on the crops that we are developing models for, and to an earlier question, to ensure that the highest accuracy when pests and disease are being identified in the field, which is part of the partnership with the USDA. So yes, in the sense we are able to build models for crop. And currently we have a list featured out on the website, out on our website, farmwave.io, of crops that have been developed and deployed for different pests and disease. So that can be seen out on our website.
Okay, terrific. So could Esri and other groups discuss how they are working to educate the future workforce, specifically STEM, K through 12, to be able to work with these technologies when they enter the workforce?
So this is Dawn. Esri has a broader education outreach team that goes from K through gray, as we say. So we have specific educators, and they actually have experience teaching, building curricula. They help educators to work with our technology. We have a broad range of opportunities for students to work with us on internships, but one of the wonderful things about our education program is that we love to also link students with partners. So oftentimes there is a gateway from a university. So in this case, we've heard quite a bit about Colorado State and North Carolina State, and both of those campuses actually have close links to our education team, and both of those campuses actually have fantastic GIS coordination centers, and it's often through those coordination centers and sometimes the libraries where there can be a linkage between the educational opportunities that we're offering and what you are offering through your PDI. So I'd be happy to connect anyone who's interested to our team.
And Colette, I wanted to add a few things to what things we are doing for the future workforce. Through our philanthropies effort, one of the initiatives we launched was a partnership with 4-H and on skilling. Another one is with the FFA, the Future Farmers of America. We have been part of the Blue Room at the FFA annual convention for the last 2 years. We also created FarmBeats student kits. These are students, so these are for high schools, and we are working with the teachers, with the FFA on structuring a curriculum so that the students, the students at these FFA chapters, they can learn, they can be equipped with digital tools when they are in high school, learn more about data and how data can be used in agricultural practices. So we are continuing to push the boundaries. There are other initiatives too, which we are working on getting skilling in rural America, and agriculture is one of the key pillars around which we are structuring these programs.
Thank you.
If I can speak to the Grand Farm and what we're doing with K through 12 systems, regarding the projects we're doing on the farm, we're taking the pain points that occur in industry, but also that we're seeing in society. And one of those big ones was sustainability. The local middle schools, we're doing a science fair, and they want to understand better how they could filter farm drainage through agriculture technology implementations. And they actually went all the way through nationals with the project they were able to do, partnered with the Grand Farm and a company called Ellingson, where they were actually able to filter out tile drainage systems and using smart ag processes and really look at how that can be utilized in the future of agriculture. Emerging Digital Academy is also working with the K through 12 system to do workshops that talk about coding at a young age, and then also get into things like robotics and embedded systems and how we can bring students out onto the farm to practice these early on and get them inspired about what can happen if they were to go into STEM fields.
Great. Thank you all for your responses. So we have run out of time for this Q&A session. We're now going to move on to session 4. And I will ask that Jim go ahead and get that one started. Thank you.